Hey guys, it's me, Seren, back with another video. This is going to be a review video for Megan Thee Stallion's Good News. I really struggled with the format of how I wanted to do this video. You guys know for some of my review videos, for albums, I do them standard, good, the bad, and the ugly format. For others, I do like a track by track sort of breakdown. I'm going to do a track by track breakdown for this, even though I'm not going to discuss literally every single track. The reason why I decided to do it this way instead of the good, the bad, and the ugly is because I didn't really like this album. So it seemed kind of hard to do good, the bad, and the ugly format. I've listened to it sort of all weekend, and, I've given it some spins in my car, I've given it some spins on my headphones, I've given it some spins, just like out. And even though the album did kind of grow on me, and I do, have some understanding of like the demographics of this album and like what I think this album is for, I still did not like it, which I'm going to get into a little bit later. So I'm just going to do a track by track breakdown of how I felt about each track, and then sort of let me start off by saying the reason why I did not like this album ultimately was because I felt like this album is not a cohesive body of work. I do not feel like this album is even intended to be a cohesive body of work. I don't think the purpose of this album is for a listener to sit down and listen to this whole thing, start to finish, beginning to end, and then walk away with some type of insight into Megan Thee Stallion as an artist or anything like that. I don't think that's the purpose of this album. That's not the purpose of this album. This album is for songs that's going to be used on TikTok. This album is for songs that's going to be played in the club. This album is for songs that's going to be, the songs that you play while you're putting on your makeup, you're doing your hair, and you're getting ready to go to the club. That's clearly the purpose of this album. That's clearly the demographic that it's for. So, and a lot of the comments that you guys left on my initial thoughts video was stuff like that. Like, I like music I could throw my ass in a circle to, and like, that's what this music is. So I like it, which is cool. Like, that's fine. Like I said in my initial thoughts review, I don't think I'm the core demographic for this video, even though I love club music, I love party music, I love going out music. I don't need to listen to 17 tracks of that. That's just not what that's not what I want to do. That's just not what I want to do. When I sit down and listen to a rap record, I actually like rap. So that's not what I want to do. There are literally no slow songs on this album. There are no personal songs on this album. Maybe Who Shot Ya is the most personal we get on this album, and it's the very first song. There are no introspective songs on this album, subject matter like that was on Crying in the Car or something like that. There's nothing like that on this album. It's not meant to, it's not meant to be some type of like close personal look into the life of Megan Thee Stallion. This is about Megan Thee Stallion's brand. This album just feels like, we talked about this in Discord, like as if Megan is the brand ambassador for her own brand. So it's like, my brand is like hot girl shit, twerking, like, this is my brand, like going to the club, having fun, being the fun girl, the party girl, like, this is my brand, and I'm just gonna like put out shit on my brand. I'm gonna keep, and I said this as well in SUGA, though, also. I said, I feel like Meg Thee Stallion as an artist is keeping people out of arm's length. She's utilizing these personas. She's not really being open and honest and vulnerable and intimate with her fan base. That's not what she's doing. So for me personally, she's not really creating art. These are just mindless songs. Like, they're just songs they're just songs to just slide in the club playlist in between the City Girls and the Sweetie. You could just pick any one of these songs at random. It really doesn't even matter. You could literally just close your eyes and just like point to one at random and just like slide it in the playlist. It's very standard. It's very standard. The album is very standard. The album is very forgettable to me. It's just not something that I would listen to repeatedly. There's no replay value for me. I'm sure if I'm out and I heard any one of these songs in the club, I would enjoy myself. I would have a good time. This is not something I would sit in my house listening to. So let's start with the first track, Who Shot Ya? Who Shot Ya starts off with a sample. Biggie. Oh, I'm sorry. Hers is actually called Shots Fired. I keep calling it Who Shot Ya because that's all I fucking hear. It's like Biggie, Who Shot Ya? The very first song out, Shots Fired, has a sample. I have the list of samples here. Sugar Baby, samples Webby's, Bad Bitch, Work That, samples Juvenile's Rodeo, Go Crazy, samples the Jackson 5's ABC, Outside, samples Michelle's, Something in My Heart, and Circles samples Jasmine Sullivan's Holding You Down. Way too many samples. There were too many samples on here for me. One of you guys left a comment that was like, you're the first person I thought of while listening to this album because it was so many samples, and I know how you feel about that. It was way too many fucking samples on here. Too many samples and too many songs, and the songs are too short. 2 minutes and 15 seconds is not a song to me. That's an interlude. That's not a song. Why are there numerous songs on here that are under 3 minutes? That means that a lot of these songs probably could have been culled. They could have been cut completely, or they could have been combined. You could have gave us a nice little break, a nice little beat switch up, and some of these songs could have been put together into one song. There's too many songs, and there's too much utilization of samples. I've seen people say they feel like the samples are fine because, like, you know, hip-hop is known for sampling. That's your personal opinion. I personally feel like, even though, well, personally I feel like sampling is a lost art because really nobody is sampling on the level of, like, Kanye West in his prime with the soul samples. Literally, I just don't feel like anyone is doing it. And hip-hop is not just about samples. Like, Pharrell made original beats. DJ Mustard, original beats. Zaytoven. There's lots of good producers out here making original beats. Savage, which is one of Megan Thee Stallion's biggest hits to this day, if not her biggest hit, her own personal hit. Savage did not have any samples. It was an original composition. So I really don't want to hear that, like, she had to use samples. Again, getting into the originality. There's nothing original. There's nothing creative. There's nothing new. There's nothing innovative. This album was released on November 20th. I hate to compare it to Pink Friday, but when you release a debut female rap album on November 20th, immediately I'm going to compare you to Pink Friday. There was nothing on here that was creative or innovative or as fresh sounding as a Check It Out, which is still a classic. That Undone. You know, I'm not even going to. Out in London. How these hoes getting mad because they run done. Mad because I'm getting money in abundance. Duffel bags every time we go to SunTrust. Like, there's nothing, there's no super bass. You know, we just celebrated the 10-year anniversary of Pink Friday. These songs still go. I literally just listened to the album. Like, Your Love is a classic song, classic video. Super bass. To this day, as soon as that, dun, 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 and it comes on, like, you know what it is. Did it on them. There's nothing on here like that. There's nothing on here that is, again, new, fresh, innovative, unique. There's nothing on here that makes me feel like, wow, like this unique, fresh talent just knocked me over, bowled me over, knocked me off my seat, really has me excited for this girl. Everything on here is standard club fare. This proliferance of samples immediately made me think of Saweetie, because every single song Saweetie has came out with has had a very recognizable sample that has really been propelling her rap career, but Saweetie cannot rap. She can't rap. Like, Megan Thee Stallion can wrap circles around Saweetie, so why is she relying on the same gimmicks as somebody like a Saweetie? Like, I feel the same way about City Girls. I like JT. JT can rap, but Young Miami cannot rap. She has an affectation that people like, you know, the sound of her voice and stuff like that. I don't work jobs, bitch, I am a job, you know, which there's something to be said for that, but, like, she really can't rap. And yet on this album, I felt like there was a lot of, as I've said in my initial thoughts review, City Girls type of affectation, City Girls type of rhymes and cadences and flows, you know, like, why? Like, again, very standard. It really, very commercial, very commercialized debut rap album, like as if a bunch of executives were sitting around in a room and they were like, okay, well, this is how female rap sounds right now. This is how the trends are going, so we're just going to make an album full of this, like, trendy music. This is not something I think is going to age well. I had a lot of technical issues with the album overall. The mixing and the mastering sounded off. Sometimes the beats were too loud and the vocals were too quiet. Sometimes the vocals were too loud and the beats were too quiet. It sounded mixed really weird. Some of it didn't have a smooth, finished production. It just seems incomplete. Again, why are there songs that are 2 minutes and 15 seconds on here? Like, it just does not seem complete. It just doesn't seem... Again, this seems like the mixtape type of thing. Especially when you hold it up to something like SUGA. When you hold it up to something like Fever, when you even hold it up to something like Tina Snow, which I heard retroactively, I did not hear Tina Snow when it first came out. These are all bodies of work that are very solid, very unique. Again, a breath of fresh air with this new artist that's coming in the game in a different type of way. It seems like that was all just left by the wayside with this album. So the first song, Shots Fired, I felt Who Shot Ya is a classic song and is a classic sample. And I do think that Megan Thee Stallion has the talent. She has the chops to rap over this type of beat. She's finally sort of given her side of the story of this situation. I felt like it was good for Meg that she finally was able to get her complete side of the story out on wax, yet the impact is lessened for me because we've heard this story a bunch of times now on social media. Megan Thee Stallion went on Instagram Live not once, not twice, but 3 times to address this. I feel like a lot of Megan Thee Stallion's sort of social media antics undermine and undercut a lot of her lyrics. I so wish that she would fall back from social media or give her social media over to somebody else, some type of social media manager or a handler, because, you know, it's hard. Like, it's hard for me. It's hard for me to hear somebody talk about something like, I'm a bad bitch. I don't fuck with this person. I don't fuck with that person. I don't fuck with this person. But then it's like, but I see on your social media, like, you are in fact fucking with this person and that person. You are in fact fucking with Kylie Jenner numerous times, more than once. You are in fact, why was this little ass nigga even in your presence in the first place? Like, you should have already been like, no, like, I'm a cold ass bitch. Like, nah, like, all y'all are lames. Get the fuck away from me. Like, Megan Thee Stallion talks a very good game, but then it seems like her real life does not back that up. And I know for a lot of people, they don't care about that type of thing. You know, you guys are Drake fans. You know, you guys don't care. You guys think all rappers are liars. You know, that's cool. That's fine. But I'm not that type of girl. So I felt like the first song was really good. Actually, it was a really strong opener. Classic beat, classic sample. Meg actually has the rapping skills to carry this off, but the impact is lessened because, again, we've heard this story a bunch of times now on social media. I've said how I wish that this whole album was rolled out, which was that Meg just went radio silent from the incident until now, and the only thing she posted was like business-related stuff on social media, and then she came with the debut album with the drop, and then we could finally hear the shots fired and get an understanding of what went on wax. Would have been a way better rollout. But, you know, shots fired is as good an opener as any. Next up is Circles, another sample. The samples are like bam, bam, bam. There's not even no space in between them for us to get like a breather from some of these sampled tracks. I happen to really, really love the Jasmine Sullivan song that got sampled. So this sample was really, really distracting for me. I know a lot of people probably most likely don't know this song because y'all love to buy Adele's music instead of supporting Jasmine Sullivan. But for me, like, when the sample is too recognizable, it's too distracting. The song is okay, but for me, the Circles song sounded like it could be JT and Carisha. There were several songs on here that, to me, they sounded like City Girls Rejects type of songs. And I just don't understand why Megan Thee Stallion is making City Girl Reject type of songs. Definitely a TikTok song, Circles. Definitely a song that's meant for, again, you to slide it in the club playlist. Like, there's 6 or 7 of these songs in a row for me that, just like I said in my initial reaction, they all sound the same. Next one, Crybaby. Trash, trash, trash. Horrible beat, totally mixed and mastered wrong. It had this weird tinny sound to me. I felt like she had absolutely no chemistry with DaBaby on this one, which I couldn't believe considering how good their chemistry was on Cash It. I walk with a limp, I'm on that Cash Shit, listening to Cash It and then listening to Crybaby, like, really sounds like Megan Thee Stallion is regressing as an artist. She's moving backwards. It seems like she started out more developed. It seems like she started out more developed as an artist with a better idea of who she was as a person. And, you know, like, I know she's had, like, a series of personal setbacks with her mother dying and her grandmother dying and then this whole situation happening. So I'm sure, like, Megan Thee Stallion is lost. And I feel like she's searching for herself. She's trying to figure out who she is now without her mom. She had these projects that came out, you know, like, maybe those projects that came out previously, well, not maybe, because I know her mom was her manager. So I know those projects that came out previously were really spearheaded by her mom with the exception of SUGA. But her mother did work with her on it, you know, previously because it was supposed to be the debut. Really wish that could have been the debut. But it seems like Megan is lost and she's searching for herself. And to me, that sort of comes across in the music that she's no one. That this could be anybody. Again, this could be Sweetie. This could be Carisha. This could be Jatavia. This could be anyone because, you know, right now it seems like Megan Thee Stallion could be anyone. It seems like she don't even know who she is right now. She's searching. I don't know where she's searching. I don't know where she's looking or what she's looking for. But it's very descript. Again, standard girl, standard track, standard album, and I just don't think Megan Thee Stallion is a standard girl or a standard talent, so it's a letdown. Again, I felt like the songs were too short. They sounded unfinished. They don't sound mixed and mastered properly, and the first song that I really thought that with was Crybaby. And I wrote myself a note. I'm looking at my notes right now. Why are the first 5 songs under 3 minutes each? They're too short, and they all sound the same. And I wrote another note. What happened to the female Bun B, Pimp C, pimpin' limpin' sound, the Houston sound? What happened to her unique individuality? Again, this is very commercial. It's very standard. It's very standard female rap for what's out right now in 2020. It's very trendy. Again, it sounds like a City Girls album to me. It's just not memorable. Just a bunch of club songs you could trade in and out. And I feel like they're not even classic club songs. Because, like, there's shit I could listen to. Like, I could listen to the Hot Boys, which is nothing but shake your ass music. But, like, Back That Ass Up is a classic song. That song it will always sound fresh. It will always sound new. It will always sound innovative because it literally was. Whistle While You Twerk, classic club song. Get Low, Lil Jon and the East Side Boys, classic club song. Like, there are a lot of songs just for shaking your ass and throwing your ass in a circle that are still classics, that still really kind of tap into something, I guess you could even say culturally. And a lot of the times it's stuff that's really specific to these artists' culture and their individuality and who they are, really unique stuff. Nothing on here is like that. Do It on the Dick, next song, another trash song. City Girls actually on this one. Some of the lines, if the dick broke, put a cast on it. If the dick broke, put a cast on it. This is not, Captain Hook. I love Captain Hook. I know I love Captain Hook. Captain Hook is a song about dick. That's what it's a song about. But it's so clever. The cadence, the wordplays, the rhymes, the flows. Do It on the Dick is not even in the same stratosphere as Captain Hook. Hit that nigga with an uppercut. Call that shit Captain Hook. Because it's curved. Because you got to curve it. You got to curve it up. Like, like the wittiness. Again, like the witticisms and just like the clever, I got a man. I got a bitch. I'm a banana. They got to split. There is nothing like that on here, even though the songs, again, like, I know some people are going to be like, well, what's the difference between something like Captain Hook and Do It on the Dick? Like, they're both dick songs. One is clever. One is unique. One is fresh. One is showing off the skills. One is showing off the rhymes. One is showing off the wordplay. And one is talking about if the dick broke, put a cast on it. It's not clever, even though that's not Meg's line, but Like, to me, Do It on the Dick just sounds dumb. It just sounds like a dumb song. The hottest song and the hottest lines on there, the lines that pop that you remember on Do It on the Dick, are Nicki Minaj's lines. There's a lot of Nicki Minaj lines on there. There's a lot of Nicki Minaj lines on this album sprinkled in, on Do It on the Dick was said by Young Miami, Carisha. But the words like, these hoes my sons, were actually said. Like, Megan Thee Stallion, I think I'm pregnant, but I ain't seen no belly, girls coming out before they ready. Like, sis, you need to take your own advice. This album was obviously put out before you were really ready. Where are your own bars? Like, y'all are borrowing Nicki Minaj bars. Y'all have all these borrowed samples. Like, who are you as an artist? Again, not brand. There's a difference between artistry and branding. So not branding. Your brand. I know the brand. For y'all be like, well, this is who she is. No, this is what her brand is. The hot girl shit, the hot girl summer shit, real hot girl shit, shaking your ass, being that bitch. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's cool. That's cute. I love that. Keep on doing that. But that's branding. Who are you as an artist? What happened to the uniqueness of this girl from Houston? Where is that? I don't see it. I don't hear it on this album. Sugar Baby, next one. Sugar Baby had another sample, Webby. It sounded like a weak version of the Webby song. Like, that Webby song, now that's a bad, bad bitch. Now that's a badass bitch. Like, that's a classic song. That's a classic song. That's a classic early 2000s Atlanta song. Da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na, da. Like, these Manny Fresh-esque, again, like, hot boys. Like, just because you're using a hot sample does not automatically mean this is going to be a hot song. Like, the album literally sounds, again, like, the album to me sounds like City Girl bars meets Sweetie samples. And Sugar Baby is a prime example of that, because y'all know Sweetie loves to sample. And I've criticized Sweetie for this. Like, this is not just something that I've criticized Meg for. I have criticized Sweetie. I hate overuse of samples. If you have to rely so heavily on samples, I feel like that's not a good song. I felt like the bridge on Sugar Baby literally sounded like Young Miami's voice. I literally thought it was her. I feel like Young Miami and JT snuck some background vocals on here. I haven't looked at the track list, not the track list, but I haven't looked at the credits. So maybe they are, listed, but like the support black business, that literally sounded like Young Miami to me. Like, it did not sound like Megan Thee Stallion. I was like, did Miami write this? Like, I'm confused. Like, the album literally sounds like City Girls bars meets Sweetie samples. Like, again, an executive somewhere was like, oh, these Sweetie songs with these samples are hidden, and these City Girl bars are hidden. So let's just do that and just like put the Megan Thee Stallion hot girl branding on top of it and see where it goes. And it's just so disappointing for me. Next one, Movie. I didn't like at all, and I love Lil Durk. All these songs that I have named literally sound the same. All the beats literally sound the same. All the rhymes and flows and cadences and subject matter is all literally the same. Bringing in these features, dry. And I love Lil Durk, and I felt like this song was dry and boring. I really wanted an auto-tuned Durk on a Crying in the Car remix. I literally went and I wrote this on their pages on Instagram. I was like, come on, Crying in the Car remix with Durk. I was hyped to see that she actually had a Durk feature on here. Yet somehow this manages to be the most boring, dry, Lil Durk and Megan Thee Stallion song I've ever heard. Like, why does every song, including this one, have this heavy-ass bass, like this beat, like this heavy-ass 808, like boom, 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 boom. Like, I just don't. It's dry. It's dry. No song would stand out until I got to the Freaky Girl shit with SZA. That was the first song that literally made me perk up. I have a bar written here. I see how your mama felt. Let me go find my belt. Words to the cards I'm dealt. Bad bitches get good gifts, and that's word to the ride I'm in. It doesn't rhyme. Again, it made me think of City Girls. I see how your mama felt. Let me go find my belt. Pipe down before I whoop you like your mama do. Like, this does not sound like Megan Thee Stallion, and the rhymes are real loose. Even the shit that's catchy and catches my ear makes me think of somebody else. Again, there's no standout song. There's no Savage. There's no Captain Hook. There's no Big Ol' Freak. There's no Fever. It's just club songs to put on your club playlist. It's not until the very next song after Movie, which was, again, Freaky Girls with SZA, that I perked up a little bit. It was the first song that actually had a little zip to it. It had some production that I actually really, really liked. It had a different type of sound, no sampling, an original beat. This was the first one that had some lines that I actually really did like. I really liked the line, the bars I wrote down here. Long legs, he intimidated. Amazon, I'm elevated. Little people make little people. Stallion, a big prize, baby. That was the first track where I felt like I heard a little bit of glimmer of Megan trying to climb out and be like, I'm still here. Save me, guys. I'm still here. She's drowning. Megan. This is the first time that I was like, oh, okay, so Megan isn't here. This whole album wasn't written and performed by Young Miami, and they're just trying to tell me that it's Megan Thee Stallion. But the hook I did not like. It was an extrapolated hook. I'm a freak every day of the week. That's from another song. Why are all the songs on here from other songs? Where's the creativity? Where's the originality? Savage was not a sample. It's not an extrapolated hook. It's not some shit I've heard before. It sounded totally new. Nothing on here sounded like that. And the song was still too short. It's still less than 3 minutes. Next song. Body. Body's the only track with a new video. So I feel like this is meant to be the lead single off of here. I felt like the lyrics for Body were ass. The lyrics were ass. It's not properly mixed. I felt like the beat is too quiet and her voice is too loud, and the lyrics on Body really fucking suck. This is one that clearly the point is body yaddy 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 yaddy. This one is definitely for TikTok. Just a repetitive hook, a repetitive hook that can be looped. Body yaddy 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 yaddy. But the lyrics, bum bum, foreplay, 3, 2, 1, body yaddy yaddy. What are you saying? What are you saying? Fruit Loops, noops noops. Body yaddy yaddy yaddy. Oh my gosh, please, I just can't. And I said I really enjoyed the video. I love the video. I said the video reminded me of Good Form from Nicki Minaj. Apparently, it's the same director, so that makes sense. But even while watching the video for Body, I said, oh, this reminds me of Good Form by Nicki Minaj. And in certain parts of the video, oh, she's kind of dressed like Beyonce right here. When she had like the two buns and like the gold thing, like, oh, she kind of looks like Beyonce right there. Like, where is the Megan Thee Stallion? Like, where is the girl from Fever? Like, where is she? Where is she? Like, where? Like, don't worry about how I do what I do, bitch, because I ain't worried about you. Like, where is that girl? Like, I just don't like where. Like, I don't see her. Like, the only place where I felt like that girl, again, kind of jumped out was in, you know, a couple of them little lines here and there, sprinkled here and there, and then I felt like I saw that girl on What's New. I feel like What's New is easily the best song on here. Easily. I felt like What's New is the best song on here. This was a song where I really started feeling like, okay, so again, like that girl is in there somewhere a little bit, you know? Middle finger out the window, fuck you. You know, they come and telling me these bitches mad. What's new? Or whatever, you know, whatever the exact words are. I didn't write the exact wording down for that one. But this is my favorite song. Best song on here. One of the few songs that doesn't have a sample. One of the few songs that's actually over 2 minutes long. One of the few songs that actually has some completed bars. Like some completed bars. Not just like a line here and there, but like some actual bars, an actual good hook, an actual good original beats, an actual good, you know, flows, rhymes, switching it up. What's New is the only song on here that I felt like was Megan Thee Stallion. I wish every single song was like What's New, but they're not. Very next song after What's New is Work That. Juvenile sample, Rodeo, which is like one of the best Juvenile songs ever. That's like one of my mom's favorite songs. Like, let me see you bop that, work that, twerk that, come on and do the rodeo, dip it out. But like, very prominent sample, extremely prominent sample. Like, if you're gonna sample Juvenile Rodeo, like, this song better be good. And it's not new, it's not good. Like, the song is only 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Why is the song only 2 minutes and 15 seconds? A 2 minute and 15 second long song is an interlude. Like, it's too many samples and the songs are mostly all hook. Again, body, yada, yada, yada. Like, the songs are all hook. The songs are just hook, TikTok songs. Where are the club songs? Where are the bars? Where are the bars? In the first 57 seconds of Rodeo, which I don't think it's called Rodeo. It's called Work That or something. I really don't even remember because all I hear is Rodeo by Juvenile. And I think that's supposed to be like the nod to the sort of Tina Snow, you know, down south era. But in the first, I literally looked, I clocked it. In the first 57 seconds of Rodeo, we have the hook twice. We have like the hook, and then we have like a couple of lines, and then we have the hook again. And then it repeats numerous times. And the song is only 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Why have I heard your hook twice before the first minute of the song? Like, I don't understand. Like, why are the songs so short and they're all hook and there's no bars? It's just really meant, again, to just be something like you just put on. It's just just throw it on. It's a just throw it on type of album. And, you know, I'm sure that's also a strategy. And I think it's even going to be a good strategy because this is the way you run up them streaming numbers, right? This is the way you run up them numbers on Spotify. Just make a little throwaway album that people could just throw it on and just like let it play. But that's not actually like a solid, cohesive, well-crafted, you know, debut album coming out the gate for this new poppin' hot Black female rap artist, you know? Why? I'm so disappointed. Like, I'm so hot. Like, I'm actually disappointed and upset over it. And even on Rodeo, there was like some cute little songs, like some cute little lines. Like, I really like the line, all the big mouth boys never last in it. I scream the loudest when I'm fucking on a quiet nigga. I like that. But the song is too short, too prominent of a sample. The song is mostly hook. Intercourse, that's Pop Can's song. I don't even really know what the song is doing on here. It's on here just so she can get a little play at the reggae clubs. That's why that one's on there. Go Crazy, Jackson 5 ABC sample. If you're going to sample the Jackson 5, you better give me some real hard shit. I do like the beat for Go Crazy. This is one that I actually do like the way that the song is mixed and mastered, but I felt like she got washed on her own song. I'm sorry, that's my opinion. I know some of you, I said this in my video from last Friday. I know some of you felt like you didn't agree, but I felt like Big Sean washed her. Big Sean was snapping. He was snapping. The lyrics were hard. The flows were hard. He switched up the flow at least 3 different times. Like, the cadence, every single time I listen to it, I just feel like, why did Meg let Big Sean snap on her like this? And her bars was cute. They were cute. But then, like, Big Sean really came in the middle and just was, like, going off. And then you had it closing out with 2 Chainz, which, like, 2 Chainz was okay. Like, 2 Chainz was, he gonna do what he's gonna do. And I fuck with 2 Chainz. But I felt like Meg could have came way harder on this song. Like, if you're gonna sample the Jacksons, that's not a cheap sample. If you're gonna sample the Jacksons, come correct. Nope, she got washed on Big Sean. I stand by that statement. You know, I liked Outside as the last song. It was cute. I might have skipped some songs. The whole album runs together. All the songs sound exactly the same with the exception of What's New, Freaky Girls with SZA, Outside, and Go Crazy. Those are the only 4 songs that I actually like and that actually sound different and unique and fresh. Let me not even say fresh because, like, I didn't really feel like the samples were used that creatively. Well, the sample on Go Crazy was, like, pretty creative, I guess. But just out of 17 tracks, I only like a handful of songs, you know? I like What's New. Go Crazy is cool. Big Sean showed her up. I liked Outside. I like Freaky Girls, but I hate SZA, and I didn't like that the chorus was extrapolated. And again, hardly anything on here sounds like Megan to me. It was too many samples, way too many songs. This could have been 12 songs. This could have been motherfucking 10 songs. Like, way too many songs. And the songs are too short. Several of these songs could have been combined, mixed and mastered a little better. The production was very much lacking, in my opinion. The bars were lacking. You know, again, I know there's going to be people that love this album. I'm pretty sure this album is even going to do numbers because, again, it seems like the strategy is like, let's go with this brand. This is what the brand is. We're going to make a bunch of songs that are on brand, that are going to be played on TikTok. I keep saying TikTok. Ticky-tacky, that are going to be played on TikTok or that are going to be, you know, able to just be swapped in and out in the clubs or just something you put on in the background again while you're doing your makeup or while you're getting ready. Nothing that really you have to really listen to or really think about. Just randomness. Like I said, like Sweetie samples meets City Girl beats. No, there's not even one slow song on here. There's nothing on here that's introspective. There's nothing on here that's personal and intimate. You know, everything just feels like this really commercial facade front plastic that's like getting put up, you know? And the thing that really bothers me also is that, you know, when Megan Thee Stallion first came on the scene, she came on the scene as like the lyricist. You know, I remember that interview that she gave about Cardi a few years ago. Obviously, her and Cardi and the City Girls had a little beef. A lot of y'all maybe don't remember this, but I did talk about this on a video and in a couple of live streams. I think the video was called, like, This Girl is a Hater, talking about Cardigan Backyardigan, because Meg was asked in an interview, how does she feel about Cardigan Backyardigan? And Meg was like, you know, she's cool. Like, she makes great party music that I like, just like everybody else. And then Meg was like, but I'm a lyricist. I don't just want to make party music. I don't just want to make party songs. She was like, I love party music. I love party songs. Everybody knows I love twerking, you know, like I love throwing my ass in a circle, but I'm a lyricist, you know, like I'm a writer. Like I have a pen. Like this is what I do. And then it ended up turning into some beef because Cardigan Backyardigan ran to Instagram Live and was complaining, you know, like, well, I write, like I'm a writer. And then her and Young Miami got on IG Live and it was clowning on girls, talking about, well, it's girls that write, but they can't get a hit. They can't get a number one. Maybe they need to get a ghostwriter to write them a hit. You know, they talk about our party songs, like our party songs go number one. It seems like the takeaway from that was like, these bitches' party songs do go number one. Let's also put out some empty party songs, you know? Not for Megan Thee Stallion to hold true to who she is as a unique artist and a lyricist. And these were her words. And this is what led to, like, that little beef, which, again, obviously they're over. They're all clearly the best of motherfucking friends now, which, you know, whatever. I don't have a problem with. I know Meg wants to be the, you know, unproblematic, friendly girl, so whatever. But it's like when you came on the scene, you said yourself, like, you are a lyricist. Like, I'm not, you know, I'm a rapper. I'm not no fucking model. Like, this is what you said yourself. And now you put out this debut album that's just, like, filler. It's just empty calories. It's just cotton candy. You know, it's just fluff. Again, I don't think this album is meant to be listened to in one sitting. It's not cohesive. after listening to it, I just felt like it doesn't seem like an album that's meant for you to sit down and digest it and even think about what she's actually saying, decipher the bars, the flows, the cadences, nothing. This is an album full of songs to either play at the club or while you're getting ready to go to the club, or, you know, songs that are all hook for TikTok and all about her brand and her branding. That seems like that's the demographic. That's the point of this commercial-ass album. Again, I know that's probably a really good strategy, and people are probably going to really listen to it, and it's probably going to chart really well. So I can't say that, you know, the strategy's not going to work. And again, like, I'm not even going to say that the album is bad. The album's just nothing to me. It's just nothing. Like, it's not bad. I'm not going to say that it's like shit, but the album is just nothing to me. It's just empty. It's just filler. I just don't feel anything when I'm listening to it. I don't think it's about anything, you know. For Meg, like, I want to hear... Again, if you're going to put out an album on November 20th, I want to hear a little bit of everything. I want to hear some real innovation. I want to hear some slow songs, some fast songs, some this, some that. I really want to hear that You That Houston Girl. I really want to hear that Bun B, Pimp C, UGK influence. I really want to hear about who you are as a person. Tell me about your mom. Tell me about your dad. Tell me more about your grandma. Tell me more about your label situation. Tell me more about this situation that you was just in, you know. But it's like, we didn't get any of that. And again, I don't know if it's just because, like, Meg doesn't even know who she is herself anymore, and she's searching, and this is what she settled on. But it was very, very disappointing to me, this album. Extremely disappointing to me. Extremely disappointing. When we listen to this album in 10 years, if we're listening to this album in 10 years, it's just going to be 17 tracks of what was trendy and hot in 2020. Except for maybe What's New. Maybe Go Crazy, but I'm going to be listening to that for them Big Sean bars, because them bars was hard. He was going off. No, I'm not going to be listening to that SZA. I was about to say maybe I'll be listening to that SZA song in 10 years, but no, probably not. The only thing out of here that I could really see myself really going back and being like, wow, Meg dropped 10 years ago. Let me listen to something from off her album. What's New? Maybe Outside. I did like Outside. What's New, Outside, and Go Crazy. Those are probably the 3 songs. But like SUGA still gets spins around this motherfucking house. Like, I'm pretty sure in 10 years I will still be able to listen to SUGA. I'm pretty sure in 10 years I will still be able to listen to Fever. I'm pretty sure in 10 years I will still be able to listen to Tina Snow. Because it was, again, a breath of fresh air, unique, innovative, different, like the talent, the lyricism, the wit, the bars, the cadences, the flows, the switch-ups. This was just very underwhelming, very standard, very lackluster project. You know, I know there's going to be people that love it, and I get the demographic that it's for, but it just didn't get me. It just didn't get me. So better luck next time for me. I also want to say that there's a lot of people that I know that are going to be like, well, it's just the first album, you know, give her some time. But again, I feel like when we first saw Megan Thee Stallion to now, she was actually a more fully fleshed out artist, and unique, interesting, innovative, new breath of fresh air previously. It feels like she's regressing as she becomes more commercial and mainstream, which she's not the first person. She's definitely not the first rapper, you know, to put out really amazing, interesting, unique, innovative, introspective mixtapes and projects, and then put out, you know, a commercialized debut first album. So that's not to say that, like, she's the first person to ever do that or anything like that. But I also want to say that, like, people are not doing their faves any favors by giving them all this leeway, I guess you could say, with their first album and their debut album. Like, yes, I know Thriller was not Michael Jackson's first album. I know. But I think that we should really be encouraging our faves and our favorite artists, and especially our artists that have a lot of talent, raw talent, you know, the ones that we really, you know, feel they could go far, you know, we really want to see it for them, you know, push them to give us, you know, a great body of work. I don't think that that's asking for too much. I don't think that, you know, it used to be back in the day that the first album out the gate, you know, was your hungriest album, was your album where, you know, you're really trying to, like, show that you're here, that you have arrived, that you're pushing, that you want to push the envelope, that you want to push music, that you want to, you know, have this impact, leave this mark. We don't see that really anymore, and I think that fans don't care, you know? Obviously, I do think that Megan Thee Stallion is a young artist, and I think she is going to grow. But I think that she could have came out the gate with something a lot better than this, and I'm not going to sugarcoat that. I'm just not, because I actually do see it for her. I see it for her. I see it for her as an artist. I see it for her talent, and this wasn't it for me. Oh, and let me unbox the SUGA vinyl for you guys. Be right back. Let's get into this unboxing. So, this is my box. I'm just gonna go ahead and open it. It did say, you know, handle with care, fragile. I have not opened this. It's been sitting in my closet literally for months. Oh, look. See, look at this. Okay, so, and for anybody that has not spent money on Megan Thee Stallion, you're not allowed to tell me anything about my review, because I've actually spent money on this girl. So, this is my SUGA vinyl. So, I got the Chop Not Slop, as you can see, so it's purple. And it says Chop Not Slop, and this is the front. And this is the back. And it also came with a cassette tape. What am I going to do with this cassette tape? I don't know. But it came with it, and I actually wanted it for posterity because the cassette tape, as I'm about to show y'all, is purple. So I love this. Like, I love that she did a Chop Not Slop, aka a Chopped and Screwed, a slowed down version of SUGA. And I loved that the merch was purple. I don't know if you guys could tell. It's kind of hard to tell, but it's purple. Like, and I can really see, you know, with my naked eye, like, it's purple. Megan Thee Stallion, SUGA, Chop Not Slop, and it's like, it's purple. Like, it's a Chopped and Screwed, like, it's a purple swag. Like, it's a Houston, screwed up, slowed down, it's a purple swag. This is unique. This is innovative. This is fresh. When I first saw that she was doing this, I was like, this is bomb. Like, this is an amazing concept. Like, I have to support this, because, like, who else is doing it like this right now? And now I was like, damn, Meg, like, where did you go? You know? So this is the tape. It has Rich, Stop Playing, Crying in the Car, What I Need, Ain't Equal, Savage, Captain Hook, Hit My Phone, and BITCH on here. The A side and the B side. And then also, the record is also purple. So let me see if I can get this open without cutting it. I should have cut it. Let me see, I got a pin here though. So, okay, let's open this up. Somebody left a comment on my initial thoughts that said, do I feel like this album is for the people that don't know what Chopped and Screwed is, or that don't know what Chop Not Slop is? I said, yes, that's exactly who it's for. These are for the people that did not understand, because people were like, I don't understand what this is. Why is it slowed down like this? Like, this shit sounds whack. Like, this is not it. I feel like there were a lot of people, you know, again, like, maybe Good News really was a conscious choice, because there were a lot of people that were not understanding a lot of the cultural cues and the uniqueness of a lot of the things that Megan Thee Stallion was doing. So maybe it was really a conscious decision to, like, dial that back and make it more standard and make it more commercial and make it more mainstream, which is disappointing for me as somebody that loved what she was doing, because I love Houston rap. Like, I love UGK. I love Bun B. I love Pimp C. I love Chopped and Screwed music. I love Paul Wall. I love this. Like, this shit was for me. This shit that just came out, it wasn't for me. I'm not the demographic. So, and this is, I just took the plastic off, so this is how it looks. It's purple. It's really hard to tell in this light. And you can see, like, my computer glare, but it's purple. And this is the back of it. And this is actually my first vinyl. This is my first vinyl that I've ever bought in my life. I don't even have a record player, but I really wanted to own this for posterity, and it was Megan Thee Stallion. So, like, please do not leave me no messages talking about I'm not a fan, da-da-da-da-da. I will remove your comment and fucking block you, okay? Look, and it's purple. Dope. It's so hard to tell in this light, but it's purple. It's purple. So, I probably am going to get a record player, though, because I do want to hear this, because I did love this, and I kind of want to hear how it sounds on the vinyl, like, for the richness of sound. You know, so I'm going to continue to bump SUGA. I'm going to continue to bump this Chop Not Slop version of SUGA. I'm going to continue to bump the older stuff, and I'm going to continue to support. I'd still support Megan Thee Stallion. I still think she's so talented. You know, I still feel like, you know, like, I get what they were trying to do with this album, like the direction they were trying to go in, you know, but it just wasn't for me. I just didn't like it. So, Good News review and SUGA Chop Not Slop unboxing. Let me know what you guys think. Hope that as always. See you guys next time. Peace. And for anybody that leaves comments, ask me what do I think about the Grammys, the Grammy nominations that came out today. I'm not a fan of the Grammys. The Grammys are racist. I'm against all award shows. I have a whole playlist on that. I will include the playlist for anybody that wants to watch it, but I don't follow the Grammys. I don't fuck with them. They are racist popularity contests that do not recognize real artistry and real artists. The end.